morning. What a wonderful opportunity we have to come into the spiritual home each week with like-minded people to explore our own divinity, our own purpose in life. It's truly amazing. And I want to begin today again, just in a moment, by releasing all the chaos. So whatever's going on in your mind, let it go right now. And just really be present. Not to my words, but to spirit. Allow yourself to be present. I know there's a lot of chaos in the outer world and a lot of stuff going on. And whether we name it good or bad or not at all, what really matters is our divine essence and living individually as us with purpose. And that purpose is intentional. We consciously make decisions on how we behave and how we stand up for ourselves in life, right? And if we each do that, and we do it from that perspective of good, the good in my life for me, then other people see that. And they begin to ask, well, how are you doing that? How do I become more aware and awakened? And they might not use those words, but you know what I mean. There's a ripple effect. And that is when we change. That's when we change. When we change the consciousness of ourselves, and the ripple changes the consciousness of the world. But we have to do it intentionally. We can't just be bystanders asleep or couch potatoes. Sometimes I like to be the couch potato, right? I mean, you know, you go and you're busy, and you get home and you're like, okay, can I just sit down for a moment? And then I don't want to get back up. I don't want to go be creative. It's like, okay, I'm spent. And that's when I have to remember to go within, to re-energize myself, my thinking, my life. And it's not always easy. It can be as simple as taking a breath in a moment and just realigning your thinking. When you're watching the news and you get caught up, or you're scanning the streamline on Facebook or whatever, what they call it, trolling. If you're trolling Facebook, and you get hit and you know it, take a breath, close it, go back into prayer, and send blessings out into the world. It happens to all of us. But you know, when I watch the news, I pray. I sit in prayer as I watch the news. And I send radiance, light to every disruption in the universe, to all the chaos. Because I know that it works. And if we all do that small part, then we all benefit. So, intentional living. We have to live from that purpose, right? And so what's your purpose? Who did you come here to be? Really? Really? Who have you come here to be? Not what you do. Not as a wife or a mom or whatever career you have, but in your soul. Who have you come here to be? You know, we tend to view purpose as a distant destination, right? I'm striving to do that. I'm doing but what are you really doing? Who are you really? So we look at it from that metaphysical lens. Purpose is the alignment of our inner vibration with divine will. So I'll say that again. Purpose is our inner vibration with divine will. Now, if you know the 12 powers, will is not the egotistic will forcing and controlling life. Will is allowing, being open, willing to step into the unknown, willing to step in with blind faith sometimes, willing to stand as faith in life. So it doesn't have to be hard. Matter of fact, let's confirm that it's with ease and grace. So we're going to explore how to transition from that reactive life. How many of y'all react in life? To the intentional mission of who you are. By applying the law of mind action. Anybody ever heard of that? Yeah. We rediscover that our primary mission is to be a clear vessel of spirit, God, whatever name you want to call it, good, expression. So remember, we are the expression of the divine. That's our purpose. So why don't we use that? When we align our daily choices with our deepest spiritual values, every moment becomes an act of sacred service. So we're not living in that trolling. We're not living in that I can't say that word right now, so let me figure out a different word. Whatever it is. Not living in the chaos of our own mind. Actually letting Spirit guide us into the divine action. So in Unity we talk a lot about the divine flow, and in our meditations we really look at and feel that energetic vibration, right? That's the goal of our meditation, is to bring us from the grounded space. So you gotta ground yourself, right? And then allow the energy to flow in and down through the front and then up through the back. So it's this circle of energetic vibration that is flowing through you. And sometimes it's like an atom and it'll flow sideways, right? And it'll flow all around you. Anybody ever seen Da Vinci's Man with all the energy flowing around him? That is you when you're in meditation. That is who you are. That is your being of life, expanding. And that's how we discern as a vessel of good. That's when inspiration comes through. That's where our creativity and imagination, which is the third eye, right? In Unity, imagination is located in the third eye, so when we open that up and we become aware of that creative ability, and some of us are creative in different ways. I'm very logical and analytical, right? That's my primary source. But that's good. You know, engineers are logical. Analysts are logical. Programmers are logical. And then there's some that use the creative eye for creative, expression. A lot of you guys are like that. You like to paint. You like to make beautiful wall hangings. You like to make beautiful portraits of people and their energy. Or whatever it is that you're expressing. But that's your third eye. Let it open. Be receptive to that is within you, that creative imagination to build your life. The divine flow is the one presence and the one power activated in us. It allows the power to move us from the blockages of the ego, because that's where all the blockage comes from, right? When you're resisting, or you're trying to control, or you're trying to force, you're shutting your energetic body down, right? And so you have to allow it to be to live with that insight that purpose isn't something that you find, it's already there. It's something that you uncover. You came here with a purpose. I truly believe each of us are here with a distinct destination in mind. A lot of it is healing. But we have to strip away the false beliefs. And we talked about that when we read the book. I can't remember what it is now. Paul Smith's book. Somebody. Yeah, Integral Christianity. Thank you, Natasha. Boy, right out the brain. We really looked at our beliefs and we did an in-depth study on what do we truly believe and what was passed down through us, right? What is generational? And are we still fighting against that? Because if you are, let it go. If you're still trapped in what my parents thought, what my grandparents thought, and you have all that baggage coming in through the DNA, please stop it, let it go. You don't need it anymore. You came here with your own being to create your life with purpose and destiny. And allow yourself to believe who you really are. Don't let the ego take the ride. Take the driver's seat. You, the spiritual you, the essence of you, takes the driver's seat. Because if not, then your false beliefs are going to keep you in that lack and separation. You are not separate from spirit. I don't believe in the co-creative that we talk about in unity. Here's the unity kid rebelling against everything that we're taught. I believe in the creative mind and the creative power of each of us as individuals that comes through the good, right? But we stand in our own power. There's one power. We're not separated from it. So that creativity comes through that one power. It is the power of creative force. We're not separate from it. So no, we're not co-creating. We are creating. Okay. Thank you. Unity kid gets to say the thing. It's a misconception in my world, you know. You also don't have to come up here and talk from the pulpit. You don't have to lead a mission out in somewhere in the world. You don't have to get a plane ticket and go take care of kids in Africa or wherever you're going or whatever you're doing. All you have to do is align yourself in your truth. That's it. Align yourself in your truth. The Spirit is present in washing the dishes. Always. Spirit is present when you're sweeping the floor. Spirit is present when you're sitting at your computer and doing whatever you're doing. Or you're taking care of children. Or whatever it is that you're doing, Spirit is always there. You are never separated from Spirit. So the mundane acts can truly be a meditation. Look out the window. Be present to whatever creatures are out there. Enjoy whatever it is that you're doing in life. Because the law of mind action tells us that whatever thoughts we have in our mind, after they're kind, create what flows through us. right? And so if our mission is to create a better world, we first inhabit our world in our own consciousness. So if you want a better world, we have to change our consciousness to be better within ourselves. It's not rocket science, it's not brain science, it's actual living who you are without judgment. So don't judge yourself. Whatever you're doing is what you're doing. And if it doesn't feel right in your alignment within yourself, then look at maybe doing something different. You don't have to. You can adjust where you're at, but don't judge it as bad. Don't judge it at all. Just be present to yourself. It's that little shift in our thinking, in our daily lives, that can really change who we are. So moving from, I have to do this, how many ever say, oh, I have to go do this. Oh, I have to go here. Oh, I have to go to the grocery. Just go to the grocery and have fun. I might spend 2 hours there. I'll wander around. It's like Disneyland sometimes. You know, like less people, you know, see somebody having a bad day, or a kid getting yelled at because they touched something. You know, I remember the day my son was 2 in the cart, and I don't know, we were in Ohio and there were bottles, like syrup or something. And so he reached out and went, and they went all over the floor. And thank God I had the presence just to say, well, isn't that sweet? Because it was really my fault that it happened, right? Because I had the cart too close to the side of the aisle. And I recognized that, right? It wasn't his fault. He's 2. He didn't do that, right? It's just what it is. And so instead of blaming myself, I just went up to the cashier and said, you know, I'm really sorry. We had an accident, and we kind of made a mess. I'll help you clean it up if you give me some tools. But they took care of it. But, you know, it's allowing that just to happen and to be okay with, okay, well, yeah, I messed up. Wasn't his fault, wasn't yelling at him. So just being present to what it is. And I was grateful that I could do that. So allowing grace from the doing and shifting to be who you come here to be. Again, I have to reiterate, a daily practice of connecting with your heart. So as chaplains, many of you in here, I'm a chaplain emeritus, we say the longest 12 inches in the universe is from your head to your heart. Right? And we have to drop from our head and all the ego and all the story and whatever it is that's rattling around up there, down to the heart space. I really truly believe our heart is the intellect of who we are. If you've ever done any heart math work, you'll understand what I'm saying. It is the biggest part of our energetic system, that loving space. So when we go there and just connect, you can do it by placing your hands on your heart until you get used to just feeling your drop. But then you also have to reflect on, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time on it. Why am I doing that? So reflect on what the day was. You know, if you find yourself in lack and limitation, well, there's a reason. Stop. Figure out why. And move on. Create what you really want. Allow yourself to be. Forgive yourself. Forgiveness is a big part of the work that we do, always. It starts with us. You can't forgive anybody else to forgive yourself. Use that creative power. That in gratitude. Oh man. I'm grateful for everything, even the stuff I don't like. Daggone it. And spend time in the quiet. Don't even call it meditation. You know, with children, I always use the word quiet, more quiet time. Because it's not so big and cumbersome. I mean, oh, I gotta go do my meditation. That's another thing I have to do, right? But when you look at it from the perspective of, oh, let me take a moment and quiet. It's lighter. It's not so heavy. It can be done easily. So allow that to happen. Allow yourself that time and quiet. Oh, wow, I'm talking a lot today. Studying our spiritual compass, our divine intentions blooms as we allow Spirit to lead us on the journey. So allow Spirit. And the only way you can allow Spirit is to connect. You have to let go of that ego. You know, an ego has its place in our world. It's to keep us safe, to keep us motivated. I mean, ego really can motivate us, right? Get us off that couch. So use it wisely. Oh, right thinking. You gotta align that right thinking. Your intentional mission is the result of how we use our 12 powers to shape our daily life, our daily reality. And I've used a lot of them here today: discernment, wisdom, love, zeal, imagination, and then our right words. Know that whatever we speak is the creative law. So no gossiping, no drudgery, just speak good. If you don't have anything good to say, just don't say it. That's the way in my household. If you have nothing good to say, go quiet somewhere. Be quiet. So make your grocery shopping, your driving, whatever conversations you're having, whatever it is you're doing on a daily basis, make that intentional. As peace. Have fun with it. Be joyful. And then move into action. So the vision, that love in action. So from vision, whatever we imagine, whatever we create, we actually put it into action. We have to live it. So we have to go to the grocery, do it joyfully. We have to go to do the laundry, do it joyfully. Sing a song while you're folding clothes. It's fun. Dance while you're sweeping or vacuuming. It makes it fun. Okay, the call to action, as Reverend Wynn would say, your homework for this week. Choose one core value, whether it be compassion, integrity, abundance, awakening, whatever it is that you want, one core value, and filter every decision that you make in the next 7 days with that core value, and see what it does. So choose a value for 7 days. Every decision you make, filter it through that. The affirmation for the week: I am a conscious creator with the divine. Every thought I think and every action I take is an intentional expression of God's love in the world. I'm going to say that one more time. And I didn't get it up on the screen, sorry. I am a conscious creator with the divine. Every thought I think and every action I take is an intentional expression of God's love in the world. I love you. I bless you. I behold the living Christ in each of you.